Today's Call 22 guest is Scott Richards. He's the owner of One Stop Remodeling. And Scott, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, we're talking about remodeling, and one of the things that we've talked about before the broadcast was design build. What is that, and how does it work?
Well, it's a process that's a little different than what most people usually are used to, where if they design a project, and they'll go to an individual designer or an architect separately, get plans made up, and then go out and seek a contractor to do it. With a design build process, you actually choose the person that's going to do the construction and the design. They're the same person. It's one point of accountability, and you work together as a team with the budgets from the very beginning.
Really makes it a lot easier. It's all like a one-stop shopping, kind of one-stop remodeling.
That's true.
Okay. We talk about a floor plan, if you will, because I know you said it starts with a floor plan for folks, and if you want to we're going to hold this up a little bit to give them an idea of what it'll look like.
Well, one of the design process is that we come up with a floor plan, and we believe that there's no project that is too small to be designed. So, and with the new codes, especially with the weather you're talking about, with the new codes that have been implemented because of the hurricanes, it's really a lot of the plans, if you're doing the building process and getting a permit, which you should, need to be signed and stamped by an architect or an engineer. So we have an architect on staff, and we come up with a floor plan so the person, the family knows exactly what they're getting before they start. You know, we can put it in a CAD program, and they can visualize it, and then we take a lot of time doing the planning to make sure they get what they want.
Okay, let's talk to a caller right now. Let's go to Statesboro and talk to Carol. Hi, Carol.
Hello, how are you doing?
Doing very well. What can we do for you?
Yes, I was wondering what something would cost. We have a house that has 2 bathtubs, but my husband is in a wheelchair now, and I'm looking for a what's called a rolling shower, where you can actually wheel the wheelchair right into the shower. I can't find anybody that knows about plans or what can be done. I know that the bathtub would have to be taken up.
Yeah, I think that. Well, there's several ways. I can't really tell you the cost because you really have to know the area that you're talking about. But there are tubs that are actually you can get that are prefabricated. You can call a local plumbing supply shop and ask for one of their salespeople and speak with them, and they will tell you what is in a manufactured unit.
Okay, thank you very much, Carol. Appreciate that call. Let's talk about built-ins a little bit. I know we have a picture of this, so we'll go ahead and show that picture of built-ins. This is some of the work that you do. A lot of family rooms these days are really multifunctional, correct?
Right. It's not unusual for a family room to be a situation where it'll have 3 focal points: a fireplace, an entertainment center, and also an area where the family can store the kids' toys, do their homework on, and is typically off the kitchen. So built-ins are becoming more and more common and important in these areas, so that the square footage of the room will serve as many purposes as possible.
And we talked about this a little bit earlier as well, as a lot of people are spending more money on their homes, especially when it comes to remodeling these days, as opposed to buying a brand new house, right?
Right. Well, yeah, and the home is really most people's biggest investment.
Right.
And nowadays, with the cost of new construction, it makes even more sense to remodel, and especially since a lot of the older communities are much more desirable because they're closer to the things that people want to be close to, like downtown entertainment, theaters, and that sort of thing.
All right, let's throw up one final picture, guys, if we could. The commercial work. You also do commercial work.
We do a lot of we do commercial work, and
what's that we're looking at?
This is a fun job we do with as many people that are interested in the Orange County custom motorcycles. This is a shop that we did out in 21. Last year. It was a custom motorcycle shop. It was a lot of fun.
All right, Scott, we appreciate you
Thank
being
you very
here
much. It was a pleasure.
All right, that wraps up today's Call 22. We want to check in now with Jeff Kirk for one last look at our big weather story. Jeff.